Good morning. Welcome back to Two Bros, Two Perspective Podcast. I'm JJ.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Steven, man. We back.
We're back. First of all, shout out to Jose, one of our listeners. Saw him over the last week.
Okay.
And he was like, he mentioned the podcast. And I said, yeah, it's been a few weeks. We just haven't been able to do it. He said, I need the podcast, man. I need the podcast.
Well, there you
and
go.
we were at Bea's orientation for 8th grade. And she was like, you listen to it? He's like, yeah, you just don't understand. It's good. You know? So shout out to Jose, man.
Shout out, Jose.
Yeah.
We back, man. We back.
Yeah.
Got a couple of people ask. Actually, nephew Chris hit me up Friday, maybe.
Yeah.
Asked me when the next podcast was coming, and so we're back to it, man. Just been busy as fuck, man.
The biggest critics are family. You know, they're like, when they're like, you didn't do it this morning, because they're usually asleep right now.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they're like, just quit. We're 3 weeks. You should just not do it.
Dang, for real? Why
But it's like that. How do you say?
Haterade?
It's not haterade.
They want to see us fail, man.
It's not haterade because they got love for us, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's more like you're not fucking consistent.
Okay.
You know?
Well, we need more followers, man. Let's make some money. We'll be consistent, man.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. So it's been 3 weeks, and lots gone on. First of all, it was baseball. You mentioned it before, baseball season and summertime and stuff like that, and then other couple of things happened. But it happens, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Baseball season. We went to Austin that one, and then I thought we were gonna have a week in between, and it was just 1, 2, 3 in a row to finish the season. So, and then last week I didn't feel too good, so I called in about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Try to make it, but life happens. Wasn't feeling too good.
And it's gonna happen.
So, but yeah, busy as fuck, man. Work as well. But real quick, back what you said about the family. I know, man. It's like you do a podcast and you think all your family's gonna support, not just our kids, our wife, but I'm like, what the fuck? I got like 50 damn cousins, and I see no comments or whatever. So, but
it is what it is. This isn't for everybody. And some people don't listen to podcasts like this. They'll listen to whatever their entertainment reasons are. And first of all, I don't think it doesn't attract female audience like our female cousins and stuff. I think they support in the beginning, but then they fall off because maybe it just doesn't interest them.
Well, I think it fell off too because I was sending it to everybody when it came out, and then you told me it kind of doesn't count, and then
that's what I read.
So I stopped, but I read it did. But I think that honestly, I think that had an effect because I was sending it to almost everybody on my content.
See, but here's the thing: you want them to find it naturally, right? And it gets in their algorithm. So when they find it naturally, then they'll see it when it pops up.
Yeah.
So when you go on YouTube and you have your normal stuff that you watch, it pops up on your feed, right? Just like with any social media platform or whatever. And that's why I said that.
Yeah.
Let it pop up when they open YouTube, or if maybe they don't even watch YouTube unless they watch us. So go ahead and maybe start sending them out again.
So but then I got busy, work was slow. I could sit at my desk and shoot it to everybody. Now I'm fucking, summertime's my busiest time, But then again, I look at it like this. I'm like, okay, maybe the podcast is not for you. But if it was the other way, if it was me, I'd be like, man, I don't like that podcast, but let me at least throw a like, little fire emoji just to support
maybe
the family.
Not listen to all of it, but like you said, put a like.
I think you got to listen for a minute or 2 minutes or 10 minutes or something, you know what I mean, to count or some shit.
Yeah.
So at least do that. I would. You know what I mean? I'll be like, well, fuck. I ain't interested in girl talk. Say it was girl talk. Well, maybe I would, but at least shit support. But
I know
it is what it is. I got friends that are like, hey man, where's the pod? Where's the pod? So
like Jose, yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're back. Like I said, summertime's my busiest fucking time.
Yeah.
Been working 6 days a week. I think last pay period I had like 127 hours. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah, but I'm hourly, so hey,
that's
fuck
great.
it.
That's
great. Like, well, how Too Short say, legend, get it while the getting is good.
That's why I'm salary, so that's why 2:30 hits, I'm gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, when I got this position, it was it's a salary position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I came from the field, and the manager I had with the same company, after 3:30, couldn't get a hold of the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And we work nights, so it's
Mhm.
like, well, motherfucker,
Yeah. Yeah.
your day's ending, ours is starting. We need some guidance, or we might need some parts or an idea,
Yeah.
and couldn't hear from him. Then the next day, we'd hear from him. So when I got this position, I was like, look, this I can work salary, but at 3:30, I'm done. 7 three
I mean, yeah,
thirty.
it makes sense,
Now there's times I may have to stay late, like times like now, but I said we got a day crew, we got a night crew, so I need to be available. You know what I mean? So man, it was like 3 months, 4 months of
Hmm.
negotiating. How about this,
I mean, that
that,
was
that?
you coming from the field, knowing the job. That was good. You were able to negotiate
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
for sure. And the points were valid, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, you're right. So I got it hourly.
Mm.
Um, but I'm available all night. My
Yeah.
guys, if they're working nights, they'll call me 10, 11 o'clock. My phone is on as long as I got somebody on the
Hmm.
field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or there's been times I'm already home for the day at 5 o'clock, and hell, 8 o'clock, I'm off somewhere to go help the guys out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can tell they appreciate it, and I think my boss sees that it was, maybe when it's payroll time, maybe like fuck, but
Yeah.
he knows all my hours are valid, and I'm
Yeah.
out there doing what the fuck I need to do. So yeah, we're in that summer rush, man. We got these schools we got to finish before by Thursday,
Hmm.
or the kids don't go to school.
Yeah.
The other day I was just frustrated, busy. I was like, man, fuck this fire alarm, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it all depends on us in the long run. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They can open the school with no paint, maybe the ceiling's a little messed up, but they cannot occupy unless I'm done and
Yeah. Yeah.
approved by the fire marshal. So right now I got a lot of contractors like, hey, fucking teachers are coming back Thursday, man. Are they
Yeah.
gonna be able to come back? And
So they can't be in the building at all.
nah, unless if I don't have my final, they do what you call fire watch,
Okay.
and somebody's there 24 hours a day walking, and it's like
Yeah.
$500 an hour.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's just a lot of stress, man. I mean, it's like this every summer.
Yeah.
There
I
hadn't been. I've been
remember
doing this
for
shit
years.
17
Yeah.
years,
Yeah. You were
and
talking about this.
yeah, there hadn't been a summer that the night before, like I'm walking away from the school done, and kids are walking in for the first day.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. It's the summer rush, but this year, I don't know, man. I may not finish one or two, so we'll see.
So yeah, it's gonna be first day of school. I got one more. You got
One.
one more left.
Yep. Yep.
So Bea's going to eighth grade. Stevie was ninth grade.
10th.
10th grade. Shit.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 10th grade. I guess we can go back to the day when I went to high school. That's where I worked the summer before high school.
Okay.
Because maybe 4 years after me, it was different with mom or whatever. But it was like as soon as we went school shopping, right? It was like I'm not buying you the most expensive shit, right? And that's 100% what he said, right? And
yeah, that.
but we didn't have the money, right? And
Yeah.
and I knew people at school that however they parents worked or whatever they did, they had nice clothes and stuff. So when I went to high school, I made sure that I had a job for the summer. So then when it was time to buy clothes for high school, I was like, all right, I got my own shit.
Yeah.
I can get the pants I want. But of course, I couldn't dress a certain way back then because dad would like talk shit about, the gangs and stuff going on about the early 90s type stuff. But um, back then it was really baggy pants and shit like that. And he was like, nah, you ain't wearing that shit. Right?
Yeah.
Um, so anyways, I was able to buy my Levi's jeans and, I remember first. I remember this because it's my first time I bought my own clothes.
Yeah. Before going into 10th.
Yeah, no, ninth grade.
Going into ninth
I was
grade high
going
school.
ninth grade, and it was a health magnet. I was nervous because I didn't really know anybody at the school because
Yeah.
everybody was going to Sunset or
Yeah,
Adamson or
I
whatever.
dealt with that.
And so I remember it was some Levi's jeans, silver tabs.
Hey, those were the junks.
I had a Nike T-shirt, and I want to say some Air Max. I bought me some Air Max for first day.
Damn.
So I was good.
Fresh.
Yeah, I was fresh.
That's the only Levi's I liked was the silver
The
tabs.
silver tab. I don't know if
That's
they
it.
make them no more, right? Do they?
I don't think so. I went to buy some Levi's not too
Yeah.
long ago, and I didn't see the silver tabs.
Yeah, so it was silver tabs with a Nike T-shirt and some Air Max, and yeah, it was nice. I had my own stuff, and I think I had like 4 outfits, right? And then a throwaway outfit for the
Yeah.
fifth day or whatever. So it was cool. It was the first day of school, and this year we went to buy. She wears uniform, so it's not a big deal, right? But the shoes,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
the shoes, and she wanted some certain shoes. We went to Town East.
Man, we were there yesterday.
Yeah, and we hadn't been. We went to Town East a few weeks ago. Before that, but we hadn't been in years.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And she also wanted a bracelet from James Avery. They had like special sales. So,
Okay,
but
yeah, I know
anyway,
that.
but the main goal was shoes,
All right.
and so we bought her some shoes. Finally found them after I don't know how many stores. And she was like, "Well, I have my money. I want to buy my own shoes too." Because we were like, we won't buy you one pair of shoes, a decent. We're not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
And
You weren't doing like that. Well, they're Nikes.
yeah, it was like, well, they're Nikes, right?
Just be like, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. They're Nikes, goddamn.
So she was like,
Oh
I'm gonna
shit.
buy my own pair. So she saw like at the first store we went, that's what she was. So she bought her some shoes. And
Hey, they
you
want to
know,
spend their own money. Hey, you ain't gonna ask
yeah,
permission. Shit,
yeah.
go
She
for it.
works at the store on the weekends, so she has a little money saved up.
That's cool.
So yeah, first day of school, and then the school supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and they saw the bullshit. They didn't use it, whatever, but whatever. So we bought school supplies, and what's funny is I don't know if I said it before, but Nikki's going to Dallas College,
Okay. That
right?
way you mentioned
Yeah,
still going to school, but I don't think you told me the details.
yeah. So, anyways, he's like, "Do I get school clothes? Do I get? Do I
Yeah, buy
get?
your
Do I
shit.
get shoes?" Like, bro, you're going to college. You're going to college now. You don't get no more
Yeah,
school clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you go to school in your pajamas,
yeah.
right? They do whatever they
So, and
want.
he ended up getting some shoes,
Y'all
and
bought
then
them?
yeah,
Yeah, fuck it, right.
and then when I went to go buy school supplies, he was like, I said, "All right, you just get a notebook and some pens,
That's
right?
it. Couple
We got
pencils.
your computer ready." And this fool wanted mechanical pencils. I'm like, "Why are you getting mechanical, bro? Like, you
Well, you
need a
want to be.
pen and a notebook.
That's
That's it,
it. Yeah.
and your computer." But yeah, it's funny. I think he just
Mechanical pencils, man. Them things. Everybody want them, but they break too much.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Well, the way I ride and shit. With Stevie, he's going in the tent.
yeah.
He's
Do they wear uniforms?
nah. They don't wear uniform. Well, being in Midlothian, maybe the uniform is short shorts, man, for the guys, man. Sometimes I'll be like, what the fuck? What the hell? You know what I mean? I'll be telling Stevie's homeboy sometimes, like, hey, man, those shorts are boxers, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing over there, man. The school will send email out on the dress code, and they're talking about short shorts, and then they'll put like parentheses. This includes the boys.
Oh
You know
shit.
what I mean? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's the thing, man. And Stevie's shorts getting a little bit going up and up
yeah, yeah,
every school year, man.
yeah.
He never wears shorts ever, unless we're gonna work out at the batting cage or something. And
Right.
this year he goes, then that. Well, the other day I had these Nike shorts. I forgot where he went. They were a little short, and not short like Daisy Dukes, but above his knee more than normal. And he's like, I think I'm gonna start wearing shorts this year, Dad. I'm like, hey.
Does he have the legs? Like he work out his legs where he got the
Nah,
legs?
nah, but my homeboy Anthony, his son, he's pretty muscled up, and Stevie said he'd be wearing them
That's when you're supposed to wear
showing
them.
off them thighs and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I still wear the long ones.
But I don't know how I'll be comfortable, man. You know what I mean? With shorts like that.
Yeah.
Somebody like me, if I go too short, man, some might start hanging out. You know what I mean? Nah, but nah, Stevie's pretty simple, man. I mean, Nike shirts,
Yeah.
joggers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And last year, because it was kind of my style, I was like, man, why don't you change it up? Some polo shirts and some jeans and some Jordans or something. So he got into the polos. So a couple polo shirts.
Yeah.
Man, we buy him new pants every year, and he don't wear them. Man, he goes back to his old ones, and I'm like, the fate. I don't know. He's weird. So we were gonna go school shopping yesterday, but he had his little date, little first date. You know what I
First
mean?
date. What?
I guess that's what you call it, even though mommy and daddy take you. You know what I mean?
Still a
But
date, yeah.
yeah. So
Where'd they go? I mean, if you don't mind, us throwing it out there.
yeah. Well, we live in Midlothian, and he's like, yeah, I want to meet this girl. So yeah, where she go to school? It's like Midlothian. That's okay. So we're gonna go up here to the movies. That's where we're taking. He goes, nah.
So how did this come about? Let's first date. The boys really didn't do much of that. They was mostly friends and stuff like that. They didn't really. I think I got lucky in that sense
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they didn't date or have too many girlfriends or whatever. But how does he come to you and say, "Hey, Dad," how does that come about?
Well, a little. I don't know what you call it, but anyways, a lot of his friends, a lot of his baseball players. I mean, since last year, freshman year, they always had girlfriends coming to the
Okay.
games, and
Oh, okay.
you hear the parents, yeah, so and so was with so. They all know each other. It's small. They all went
Yeah,
to
yeah.
junior high. But Stevie was, I know he talked to girls because sometimes he'd be like, man, I got the whole volleyball team,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But he was never the type, Dad, can I go out with this
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool, don't rush it. And now he just was like, hey, Dad, he told Myra, and
Yeah.
Myra was like, he wants to go to movies with this girl. He wants to meet her out there. So I was like, okay. Pretty much that was it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's about that time. He's
Yeah.
16 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
Um, and he just asked. He goes, "Yeah, I want to go to the movies." I said, "Okay, we'll go to the bank and get you some money."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Nah, I don't need it." So I'm like, "Okay, maybe it's birthday money or something." And I was like, "You sure you have enough?" He was like, "I don't need nothing, Dad." She said she's gonna pay for everything.
Oh, she got it.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, cool." I said, "But at least have a
2025.
little something in your pocket."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're at Nene's the night before. Went to visit the baby.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But they were talking about being broke and basic. So I was like, "Dang, you gonna be broke and basic or what?" But I was like, "Hey, hey, I taught you right. Let her pay." You know what I mean? So, but then he's like, "Oh, but she's with her dad this weekend, so she wants to meet at North Park." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, that's an hour away
North
from the
Park.
house."
Oh,
Yeah.
because her dad lives that way.
Yeah. She was with her dad for the weekend. I'm like, "You can wait till next weekend when she's in Midlothian."
Yeah.
But I told Maya, I was like, "Well, we need to buy him some clothes. We go to the outlets in Island because that's the only one that has the real polo, not that big old freaking horse." And so I said, "Okay, we need to leave by 10. We'll go over there. We'll drop you off by 2:30. Blah blah." Of course, he don't want to do all that. We'll just look for clothes next week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, easy for you to say. You ain't got to drive way the fuck back out here. It's tax free.
Yeah.
Next weekend. But no, he went to the movies. We dropped him off. I was fucking with him. I said, "Hey man, since it's your first date, you mind if I walk in filming you till you walk into the theater?"
Yeah.
I said, "You won't even know I'm there, bro." He's like, "Hell no."
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm just fucking with him though,
See, I want to put on TikTok.
But it's cool, It just before he got out, Myers taking all these pictures. I'm like, leave him the fuck alone. She's like, "Mom, leave me alone. What the hell you doing? What the hell?"
So y'all, they met at the place.
Yes.
He didn't have to like go pick.
No, and that's what I asked, which I didn't mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
he goes, "I guess she went with the sister." I didn't know because afterwards I was like, "How was it, man?" And he watched the Smurfs. He didn't want to watch the Smurfs. I'm like, "Hey, bro, you gotta do whatever."
Yeah, she paid anyway.
Yeah, she's paying, and so I was like, "How was it, man?" Oh, and I joked with him. I said, "You're gonna be in the movie, and you're gonna put your arm around her, and you're just gonna see a big old flash. He's gonna be me back there taking pictures." But no, I came out. I was like, "How was it, man?" He goes, "Man, I guess her sister went, and I was like, oh man, blocking the game, but
might be a better thing."
yeah. No shit. The way my kids are having kids right now, so no, he had fun. I said, "So did she earn a date too?" He's like, "Yeah." I said,
That's
"Okay,
good,
cool.
man.
Yeah. She's on the volleyball team at Midlothian.
Mm-hmm.
She's a sophomore, so maybe sometimes a girl like that in athletics might bring some push for him to do good, keep his grades up because he's gonna be playing baseball. So yeah, it's cool, man. 16. I've been teaching him how to drive. I think I told you. I took him to the school. We drove for about an hour. He did good, man. Did real good. Honestly, I would trust him if I'm drunk and I need to go somewhere. Trust him driving me than Isaiah.
Yeah.
Like straight up. So we take him that day, and then that night, Myra's supposed to go to the store, and I look outside and she's standing there, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Where the fuck's the car?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, fucking Stevie asked me to back the car up for me, and he took off." And I'm like, "What the?" So I'm looking, I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm pissed, man."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And here it comes, man. I see the car coming down the block all slow,
It was at least he was going slow.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Stop it right there in the street. Get the fuck out." And
which one, the SUV?
Yeah. Okay. And we back up our driveway. It's 2 cars, but it's a big hill. I went back up because I heard transmission on the hill, all kinds of shit. And so, anyways, I noticed the car doesn't kick in the gear when it's reversed. So, anyways, I'm like, "Stop the car right there. Get the fuck out." Well, he starts going forward, and I see the reverse lights
he's
on.
Not paying attention. He's just doing.
No, he is, but he's already like.
I'm saying he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Yeah.
And so now I'm like, "Fuck!" He's gonna hit my truck, my company truck, the garage, and now he parked that motherfucker like a champ, And I wasn't mad because I get what he was doing. He wasn't being malicious. He wasn't trying. He was just trying to show, "Hey, I can go around the block." But I told him, "Hey, this ain't."
He just took advantage of the situation.
I said, "This ain't a toy. It's dark. You didn't practice in the dark. You have your contacts on. Somebody could have ran across you. Hell, the police could have seen you going all slow, pull you over, suspicious. And I sent him inside. He went inside, and I looked at Mara. I just started laughing. I was like, "Damn, that motherfucker! He made it. And he parked that motherfucker like a champ."
That's. I mean, at
You
the
know
end
what
of
I
the
mean?
day, yeah, he did.
But I did tell her, I said, from now on, those keys going in the fucking
Yeah,
next to us in the room. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because I don't trust that fool. And then the next day, he thought I was going to take him to the school, and I was like, "Hey, man, take me to the snow cone shop." You know,
Okay.
so he drove through the town. He did pretty good. He did good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, crazy times. Life's
Yeah, I
passing
don't.
by
I
quick.
think I told you I said I don't have the patience no more. I taught Tony and Chris and Nick. I sent them to school,
Yeah.
to driving school. I was like, I can't do this.
Well, I think we still have to because he's 16. You know what I mean? He still has to go through all that.
Yeah, he has to do the
But
driver's course if he wants his permit.
But Stevie, like, he bugs the fuck out of you. You know what I mean? And take me down. He starts reaching out to my mother in law, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
dude, she ain't got time here. I'll fucking take her.
yeah,
But it turned out good. You know what I mean? I mean, he did better than Nene's first time. I took Nene's first time, and he's fucking
yeah,
doing this number and hitting the brakes. So it was cool, man. It was cool, But most of his friends, like on his baseball team, they're gonna be driving to school next year.
mm,
So it's different out there. Like I told Mara, I was like, damn, what the fuck? He's wanting to drive and wanting a car soon. But, back in the hood, when we were growing up, or even now, like with Joshie and Nene, I mean, yeah, they ain't worried about getting their license at 15. And their parents definitely
yeah.
ain't trying to have them driving and getting a car. It's just, I mean, it happens, but it's just different. Like me, I just started driving. I didn't
It
give
is different, but like with me, I wanted my license at 16 because I wanted to work, and I wasn't able to drive unless I had a permit or whatever, right? And insurance. And then Chris wasn't in a hurry to drive, but we needed him to because he was football practice and all that. We just couldn't get him back and
yeah,
forth. Tony wasn't really in a hurry to drive, and he finally got a car to go to work and stuff,
yeah.
right? Nick, he has his car, but this fool don't like driving.
No,
That Jeep will sit.
I take Nick as one that wants to be out and
He
about.
likes to be out, but he don't
He
like
don't want to be the
driving.
one driving.
Yeah. So let's say he hasn't been working lately because he just wanted some time off before school starts.
That fool.
And that Jeep hasn't moved since he hasn't worked.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Or gets picked up.
He don't go nowhere.
Nah, ain't no wrong with
He's a
that.
homebody, but
That's how
like,
it
it's
is.
all good, right? And Bay talking about dating. With Bea, she's 13 now, and I'm not gonna be one. I was never one of those dads like oh my God, she can't date till she's 21
Yeah.
or she can't wear makeup. Blah. I'm not. I wasn't gonna be that strict ass dad, right? Her
Because then the
mom,
ones that do
her
the
mom
worst.
wears makeup and gets dressed up, so she was gonna probably want to be like that eventually, right? So yeah, she wears makeup, and then yesterday she was at store me, and she said, "Mom said to go to around the corner to her shop to do my eyebrows." I said, "Okay, go." And she came back and she had some lashes, and she said to go back to finish because she had a client or something. I said,
Yeah.
"Well, how much lashes are you getting?" And because they were like already kind of full, but I guess they need to fill in some more. And I said, "Don't be getting all the crazy full lashes and stuff." But I was partly joking, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, don't grow up too
Yeah.
quick.
But I wasn't gonna be that dad, and I joke with her sometimes because we go to the movies. I don't like going to the movies. I said, okay, remember this. When this kid comes up, pick you up to take you to the movies, I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
hey, she don't like going to the movies. Where are you going? Don't take her to the
Yeah.
baseball game or
Right.
so,
No
you know?
shit. Like I was listening to a Kanye song. You need to listen to it. It's about dads and their daughters,
Uh
where
huh.
he's like, "Don't do no yoga. Don't do Pilates. Stick with boxing or do some karate. Like
Oh,
it's
okay,
like
yeah,
and
yeah,
have a body straight like mine and not like your mama, because Kim
yeah,
Kardashian
yeah,
does it. So it's tripped out.
yeah,
And you didn't listen to it. It's funny because he goes, "They come to the door." I'm like Will Smith. What does he say? What the fuck is your problem? Like when
yeah,
they answer the door
yeah,
on Bad Boys.
yeah. That's just
So,
funny.
but that's what he's talking
Yeah,
about. You know what I'm saying? And he's like talking about the internet and creeps on the internet and shit. So I get it. It's not that you want to be the strict dad, but it's too like don't grow up too fast
yeah,
and
yeah.
too like there's a lot of pervs out there at the
And I know,
same
like I
time.
said, I know it's gonna happen,
Yeah,
and right now she's kind of like, nah, I don't. But she's that age too. You know, she's in sports, so she's gonna be around. The
Yeah,
sporting, like like with this
yeah,
girl in Isaiah. Volleyball, baseball,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
They intertwine. She plays soccer, and they're right next to the boys' soccer
yeah,
team.
yeah. And then she's that age, man. I
Yeah,
mean, and she's a young. I don't know what you young woman is that what you call it, or
I
what
guess.
would you
Yeah,
call it?
young.
Because she's not a kid no more.
No, she ain't a kid.
You know what I mean? And like you said, Cynthia likes to look good, dress up,
Yeah,
makeup. I mean, she does eyebrows, so her eyebrows are always gonna be on fleek,
lashes. Yeah,
or lashes,
uh-huh.
or what's the difference? This is the eyebrows,
Yeah,
right?
the
This.
lashes. So
Oh,
she, yeah,
she don't do eyebrows.
she'll like wax them, and
Oh
she does the tattooing, but they ain't getting that shit yet.
no. So the lashes. So what? Cynthia is making the lashes long.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, and
Shout
whatever,
out.
you know.
No, it is what it is. Just so your job is just to make sure that she's not with a toxic guy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I mean, that's all you can do.
and we have a good relationship. Me and her have our own. Like we hang out all weekend because she
Yeah,
wants to work at store. So we're
yeah.
talking, and um, I think I have to have a dad daughter talk.
Dad, daughter. Is that there's I ain't got no girls. I know dad, son.
So like you have that talk with your son, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, whenever I guess 13 or so, whatever.
Shit, well, mine was like 10. No,
Whatever, whatever
whatever you
age.
see them,
Yeah,
yeah, that they need it.
I guess. But then Cynthia, I didn't think about this. Cynthia's like you should have a talk with her as a father, from the male point of view. About guys and respecting her body and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Which makes sense.
yeah.
On the dad side. So I plan on doing it. It's weird. It was, I don't want to say weird with the boys, but it was just like, damn, it's that time. Like shit. How am I gonna bring this up? What am I gonna say? You know, to not make it weird, and
Yeah, yeah.
where do I go? It was like a whole like mental
Did you
thing.
do it with all three boys?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but it was all different ways. It was crazy.
I
So,
kind of look forward to it
uh-huh.
because that's one thing you look forward to a dad. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I guess it wasn't too weird. Of course, you got to think of what to say.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
the thing.
mean?
Yeah.
But I knew my boys was girl crazy from an early age, especially Joshua and Nene. And just Isaiah was the first one when I had a steak dinner. You know what I mean? And just talked about it.
I think we just like sat down outside, and I think Chris, we took a drive or something.
I think we went to the movies afterwards.
Uh-huh.
I think we went to see what's that
Do you
one?
remember your talk?
Never had
You
one.
didn't have one.
My talk was just diving on in.
Mine,
My talk was more action.
see, mine was, it was crazy, and I remember this, and I was like, okay. At the end, I was like, okay. So we were gonna go eat somewhere,
Okay, you and
right?
Dad.
No, all of us, the family.
Okay, okay.
And I don't remember how, maybe Jeremy wasn't there yet or not, but I don't know. But he was little, if he was. And we were going to the car, and Dad said, "Y'all go ahead,"
Yeah, go
right?
ahead. Finna have a talk with my boy.
So we sat down,
Yeah, go ahead.
and this is how it went. I remember word for word. We sat down, and he's like, "So, got any hair down there yet?"
What the
I'm like,
fuck? What the
"Yeah,
where my legs?
yeah." I was like,
You
"Yeah,"
got any hair down there? What the
and he was like, "All right, don't shave it, okay?" And then he said,
Hey, don't shave it. Don't use my razors. Do not plan to shave it without me
I was
buying.
like, "Okay,"
Oh shit.
and then he was like, and he said, "And don't shave." I said, "Okay." He said, "And you're that age now." He said, "I don't want you to bring any girls to my house, and don't get them pregnant. Let's go eat."
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, I guess as a dad, I mean
I mean, but then thinking about it, it's not easy,
yeah, no,
right?
no, that's what I was about to. I mean, minus the hair part,
Yeah.
minus the don't shave, the
I
don't
guess
use
he'd
my
be
razor to
disappointed
shave your
now.
shit.
No, he's kidding.
I mean, some dads, that's just what it is.
And it was like like when I did it with Chris the first time, it was just like it to me. I was nervous,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So I get it now, but it was funny to me. Like, then
Yeah,
let's go eat.
yeah. I don't remember if we had a talk. I don't think so because I mean I was out there
Yeah,
experiencing shit myself. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And that's the thing. Like just like I look at my kids, like even Stevie at this age, he's barely getting to girls, and man, like I was like junior high, you know what I mean, when things was happening, and it's like I look at kids that age these days,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, the things that kid looks like a baby still, and at that age I was
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah.
not just stuff with girls, but I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, you know what I mean, and then yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be tough for a girl, not just for the simple fact. I mean, for a guy too, but for a girl, it affects them more because they're with them every day. It's just the scary part is having a baby at a young age. You know what I mean? And with dads talk, maybe you don't even know how a girl gets pregnant at that time.
Seeing as the oldest, there was nobody to tell me, right?
Yeah,
Or you heard what you heard at school, which was a lot of bullshit, or just a bunch of guys that didn't haven't done anything saying that they did, or
yeah.
whatever. It was just a lot of, I guess, misinformation or whatever.
And that makes sense because I mean, I don't know, get too graphic. We're married, we got kids, but it is what it is. This was 40, 30 years. That's 40 years ago. I went three, but about 30 years ago, maybe a little bit more. Like you said, you didn't have nobody to learn with, but I learned what protection was from you.
Hmm.
So I was taking your protection. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I necessarily maybe didn't know exact because I was young, man. I was junior high. Um, how a girl gets pregnant or how they don't. Maybe I didn't know exactly,
Hmm.
but I knew. So none of either one of us in the doghouse. So this is a long time ago. Anyway, I was like, okay, he uses these, so I
Hmm.
guess
Yeah.
I use them too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So and maybe it saved me.
You're
Maybe that
right.
was,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because that girl that I experienced my first time with ended up getting pregnant like as soon as we broke up and
Yeah.
like the next freshman year. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I mean that's how I learned.
Yeah.
What protection was and all that stuff because
Mhm.
I don't think you realize how easy a girl can get pregnant when you're that young
Especially that age.
and you ain't thinking about
Mm-mm.
pregnancy, you're thinking about one thing,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's tough. Stevie, I've had to talk with him a little bit, but it kind of came from Nene. But man, he's got Nene to see like, damn, I ain't trying to have no baby, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And yeah, he's scared of babies. We're here with the grandbaby, and he'll hold her, and she makes any noise, whether it's laugh, cry, and he's like, he'll
Hmm.
take it. So, but we've talked about it, and how, like I said, Nathan was an example of how life can change at 16.
Yeah.
He's 17 now, but he was 16 when the
Yeah.
baby was
Yeah.
born. So he sees, how life can change. It's not just about telling him. He sees like
Mhm.
he's like, man, I want to enjoy, not that Nathan's not enjoying life, but it's just a little bit tougher, with the baby. So, but yeah, four boys, no girls. I'm sure it is a little bit different with a girl,
Yeah.
but that's cool. Yeah, have a dad talk with her. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that yeah, that's cool. I never thought about that point
So I
of
don't know
view.
what I think when they were younger, we had them more focused. Like Chris was a sports,
Yeah,
so I think and then the guys he hung around with, I could be wrong, but it seemed like they were into their thing. Because when they would come over, no girls would ever come over,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I remember that it was a little
It was
cool.
just the boys. So I think that's what kind of kept him sports and being with the boys
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing. So I think one of the friends was always sad because a girl broke up with him or something. So they didn't want to be that
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Tony was into all his animation. He
yeah.
and his money,
He had time for that shit.
and he saw when his friends he would never hang out because of the girl, or
Yeah,
so he was like, nah, I don't want. He said my animation comes first or
yeah,
whatever.
hell yeah,
And then Nick, he just always had friends, right? And
yeah,
he hung out with friends, and he just that was didn't seem like he was into any of that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So in that sense, I feel like I tell Cindy sometimes we got lucky in the sense that they were not girl crazy,
yeah,
you know, um, and don't seem like they want to have kids at all.
yeah.
So it can happen. Chris
Maybe
has this
that's what I
girl
said. Maybe
in
Chris.
Cali, whatever, but it can always happen. But I'm not ready to be a grandpa. I don't
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
Nah, it's fun.
it would be fun. I can imagine,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know. Just because I think if I would be a grandpa, I'd want to be like there all the time.
Yeah, more
And right now,
slowed
I don't
down.
have the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
to be like I'm gonna go scoop up the kid, the grandkid, or I'm gonna spend the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna bring him here for the weekend. And I think that's why I'm not ready because I don't have that time to just scoop up the kid, and just no, don't worry about him.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In that sense, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, Josh has got one on the way. So I'll have two pretty soon, God willing. Everything goes good.
Yeah,
But
and that's cool, man. That's cool. Like,
you know,
he's doing good. I think he has a job and
yeah,
he's
he's doing real good. I
going the
like his
right
girl,
direction now and
and
stuff. And
no, like you said, have time, at the same time, it's not for us to have that time. It's up to the parent. And then as time, allows, you get to see him. I don't get to see the grandbaby very often. She doesn't live in town. But no, I get it. You want a grandkid, you want to make sure you have that
I
time.
told Chris it was funny that a few years ago when we met his girlfriend in Cali, right? We knew they were getting serious and they were gonna move in together. And we went over there, I think for his birthday or something, and we met her. She's a cool girl, and I said so, and I told Cindy I was gonna talk about this, and she was like, whatever. And so I said, I have a question. I said, how serious is this? And she was like, well, we're moving in together. And she said, but I'll let him say it, you know. So he said, well, we're still learning each other, and the best way to do is move in together. And I think part of it was, they wanted a place, and, it'd be better if they put their money together and,
Okay.
whatever. And I said, I think he just turned 21, so maybe 3 years ago, 3 years ago. And I said, look, it's easy to, I said, I'm not ready to be a grandpa. And they're like, whoa, like what the
Yeah.
fuck? We don't want kids. I said, I'm just saying it's y'all gonna live together. It's easier to just
Yeah, yeah.
say. And they just kind of, it was kind of funny. I said, that's all I gotta say about that. Let's eat. It was like, okay, let's eat now.
Yeah.
And
That ain't sound like dad.
that's what
Did
I
you ask
mean.
him,
Yeah, at the
hey,
end.
Chris, you got any hair done? Don't shave it. Leave it
Don't
to
shave it.
women dig it. Don't ever groom it. Women love it, man.
So yeah, so we
That's
had
crazy.
that, but it didn't seem like they're ready for it anyway. So,
Hey, man, you never.
but you never know, right?
Because like Josh and his girl, they always talked about. Even she was the one that told me, I don't want no kids.
But then I told her too. I said, look, if y'all did have a kid, just know he or she's coming to Texas for a few months after the year.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say that. I said that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you don't realize how much you love that little baby
I
till
imagine.
you see it.
No,
You
I
know what I mean?
imagine. Yeah.
Like I hadn't seen the baby for like 2 months maybe, and man, as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh shit, like
That's what I mean. I imagine. So it'd be hard to like I said, not.
Yeah.
If it was one of the kids here, just go scoop up the baby for the weekend or something. So.
And when they get older, FaceTime and all that stuff. I want to stop. Yeah, so I walked in, it'd been like 2 months, and man, she's big. I went to pick her up, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
She's heavy.
She's big. She looks big.
And then I was like, damn, what is she, like 30 pounds already? And she was like, no, 18. I was like, fuck, she feels heavy. But man, that baby there, man, I can't wait to bring her over. I told them, that, we've just been so busy because I want them to come spend the weekend over
See,
here.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
With work. But once it comes down after summer, just bring her for you guys, my in-laws, because man, she don't cry, man.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I've never heard her cry, and the mom says, "No, she don't." Unless a bottle or diaper or something. She's fucking happy, man. She's a trip.
Yeah.
And the boys, they freaking. She's got us all wrapped around.
Oh, for sure.
I mean?
Yeah. I imagine.
Like I said, Stevie's like here, he'll hold her, and then she'll cough or something like here, he's ready to give her away. Yeah, it's a trip, man. We went shopping yesterday for. That was different. Shopping for a girl and a baby. I was into it at first, and I was like, man, I don't know. Like, what do you think? I'm like, just pick it out.
I know, yeah.
Excuse me, I'll meet you at the register.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool, man. We found this badass Adidas, like old school, like Run DMC used to wear and shit, black with pink. And Halloween's coming, so little Halloween outfits and shit. Yeah. So, it was cool, man. And it's a trip, man. It's definitely, I get it when they say it's a different love, man. Just to see you made that, and what I mean, just to see it. So if that baby was in California, but once they get older, FaceTiming and all that helps out. But at that age, the baby can't talk back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I told Myra, I said I just wanna, it's different because her and Annie don't live together. They're not, it's not, and we don't get to see her that often. I just said I don't want to be that grandparent where she cries to come with
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah,
So I want to see her as much as possible, and I can't wait till we can take her by ourselves. The
yeah,
mom, first time mom, she's
yeah,
real
yeah,
protective. I can tell this week that she's let up a little bit. You know what I mean? So, but I'm sure she's attached. But yeah, grandkids are cool, man. I think Joshy. It's kind of cool too. They'll be around the same age, so maybe they have
yeah, yeah,
cousins
yeah,
growing up
yeah,
together.
for
You know what
sure.
I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, but yeah, same. Isaiah, he was never the girl crazy. He talks to a few girls and he's gone to football games to meet somebody back in the day. But it's all about having fun.
yeah, yeah,
He's into wrestling. He goes to the movies with his friends, and that's what he's focused on. Everybody moves at their own pace.
yeah. So
You know what I
talking about
mean?
wrestling, there was a big death. The
The
Hulkster.
Hulkster, man, Hulkamania, man, Hulk Hogan. He's a legend.
It's a legend. Yeah, you can't. I know there was a lot of blah blah about what he said or what he did or whatever, but
As
I
far as
don't.
what, the racist stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
See, I had forgot about that. And
I
I'm gonna
did
let you
too. I
continue
did too.
because Isaiah's big on wrestling.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, the Hulkster, man. And he was like, I don't care. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
do you mean? He goes, well, his son, which I remember this because when he said it, I remember his son, I think, got like in a DWI accident and killed somebody.
And then he didn't let his daughter. He said he didn't want his daughter to date black guy or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when the son killed him, they didn't take it serious
Yeah.
because he got off. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, so Isaiah brought that up and the racist. I didn't remember the racist, but
The thing is, I don't get involved with people's personal
yeah,
beliefs,
and that's
right?
what I told him. You gotta separate
Yeah.
because I mean, look at R. Kelly, and we're
Michael
gonna get and we're
Jackson.
gonna get to Bill Cosby
Yeah.
and Theo. That's
Michael
another dead.
Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Everybody. I mean, look at what's that country singer? He's real
Billy
good.
Ray.
No, he's a new one. He's got a bunch of
Luke
hits.
Combs.
No, he's kind of young, and he was playing a game, and they got him saying the N word.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't.
Damn, what is his name? And then they try to ban him. They try to cancel him. They even canceled him from the Country Music Awards, and
Mm,
then his songs went even higher in the charts, like charted number one. When I say his name, you know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
He's out right now, but you just got separated.
I
Everybody's
separate
human.
it. You know what I
Everybody's
mean?
human.
And I separate it, and I just I remember bits and pieces until it all came back. But man, I was like, what? I would watch old clips of Hulk, and like one of the best ones was Hulk and The Rock, and I forgot about those. Maybe I got out of wrestling by then,
Yeah,
but man, those were fucking awesome. And I'm not saying that I don't care what he said or did, but or how maybe it didn't affect me at the time, or maybe I just didn't pay attention to it at the
yeah,
time. Because when that happened, I think he was already a legend, right? And I remember the times of back then.
yeah,
You know, I'm not saying that it was good or right or whatever, but I don't get involved in people's politics. I don't get involved in people's
yeah,
beliefs. Um, and I was never the type to tell my kids or myself to be like, okay, they're an icon, but I believe in them so much. I want to
yeah,
be Hulk is my inspiration or hero, even though he would say pray and eat your vitamins and shit like that.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, what can you do? You can't take away what the legacy was. Back then, there was no cancel culture.
yeah. And Isaiah knows Hulk Hogan for what? Not even from back in the day like we do. So
Yeah,
there's not those childhood memories.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So easy for him to just say, I don't care about the Hulk.
Same thing like when it happened, I told Bea, I said, look, I will put on YouTube and some old videos. And it was funny because she's never gone to wrestling, so she doesn't really know wrestling. He would like do the leg drop,
Yeah.
and she was like, how are they not bleeding? How did he not bust his nose or some shit like that? It was funny her watching it. But
But
yeah, I mean, whatever, I know a influencer on TikTok that I watch. He got canceled because
yeah,
the things that he said about Hulk, and maybe he slipped up a little bit, but I don't think it was worth him getting canceled or whatever. He's a gym influencer, right? And what he does is people send him videos of like people that like with the video cameras in the gym.
yeah,
Somebody would cross through, and the girl would be like, "What the fuck," and his whole thing was, "It's a public gym. you're recording, but it's not all about you. Do better.
Yeah.
He would always say, "Do better." His name is Joey Swole, and he did a live, and he had a video of him dressed up as Hulk, to kind of commemorate. And on his live, people were saying, "Do you know what he did?" And he didn't know, just like us. We heard maybe, but didn't know the severity of it.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, if you're gonna cancel me or come after me, then come after the colored athletes that are making videos of him too. And they said, "Oh, he said colored," and it was this big whole thing. And he apologized. He came back, he apologized, and he said, "I'm done making content."
Yeah, that's bullshit.
So he got canceled.
You have to apologize for something that you're not truly sorry for just to appease the public. And it's like, well, I like this guy. What, I got to do a deep dive on his whole fucking life just so I don't offend nobody?
Exactly.
It's bullshit.
You never know what people have in their closets or but you just know what you know about them as an entertainer, right? Because that's what he was. He was an entertainer. So I don't know. Rest in peace, Hulk. I go back to Hulkamaniacs, and I remember Hulk, and I used to like Ultimate Warrior too.
That was my favorite. Ultimate Warrior. He was my favorite on the video games. That's who I was picked. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ultimate Warrior was.
But it was cool seeing all those clips way back then of Hulk. That fool was stupid, man. He was just, but he brought you in. You know what I mean? Like it was back then. You remember
that's what it was all about
when they would do the promos, like Saturday night, brother.
Brother. Yeah. So the one that hit me the harder than Hulk was Theo, man. Theo Huxtable, man.
Yeah.
That I think you were talking about how did we learn about the birds and bees. I think it was Theo, man.
Yeah.
I think he showed me how to have the confidence to go in for my first kiss, man, and and then maybe even smoke my first joint. You remember the episode where he got caught Roach?
Yeah.
I think his friend's name was Roach or something. Yeah. Put the joint in his book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up on the Huxtables, man. I think I watched every episode. I think I forgot what channel it is. You can even watch it now, man. And,
is it still on?
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't cancel it.
Yeah, well, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe they canceled Bill, but I remember it's on because I remember a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, I was watching a couple episodes. But man, Huxtable's Cosby Show, that was a good show, man.
It was. I went back, same thing after Theo died. YouTube and search best of Theo Huxtable, right?
Best of.
And there was like fucking videos of it. The funniest one that I remember was when I forgot what it was, but he had this speech about, "Dad, maybe I'm just not like you and Mom."
Oh yeah.
And, maybe I wasn't meant to be. Like, maybe I wasn't meant to be a doctor. Maybe it's a regular
it's all
guy.
Calm, like it's a badass speech. I know exactly.
And he says, "Theo, that's the stupidest thing ever. No one can get D's and everything." So that was funny. And then the one with he got the earring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good.
That was a good show, and like you said, it brought real life stuff into what you're going through as a teenager or whatever. Maybe the girls saw it differently with the girls, stuff like that. So it was cool.
Yeah, I used to like when he always made his chili.
Chili burger dog or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good show, man. I grew up on that shit, man. And that was funny. Guy had a little Bud, and Peter, the little white boy.
Oh, Peter.
One of my favorite episodes when he was doing the horse.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was like that. And then Peter's standing there. He's like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, good shit right there, man. And then this one, I watched him a little bit. I went into all his music. Ozzy, that was a big one. Of course, it's a big one, but for me, it didn't.
I liked his music, and I think it's the era, right? 70s, 60s, 70s, or whatever. And I think a lot of people knew him for the show.
Yeah.
Like the newer generation. That show was crazy,
Yeah, I watched the show. That's how I knew him mostly. And he was kind of crazy. He went downhill a lot. I think they showed him one of the last shows he did. He could barely get up.
Well, that was his wife, Sharon. She said, I saw clips of the concert, and she said even before he died, she was like, this was his funeral.
Yeah, that's what there was.
For the
that's
people.
Why,
for the people.
And back home, he was back home too. So.
And she said this was for the fans, and this was his funeral I think they knew it was coming.
So a lot of deaths, man. 3. They say it comes in 3s. That's what they say. Yeah. So that's 3 right there.
So R.I.P. to those 3
legends.
I guess 80s, 70s, and 80s legends.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for sure. Theo went on vacation with his family and went for a swim. And, You know what I'm saying? So yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So that's tripped out. You know, maybe I should have played the Huxtables for the boys for they would have learned about the birds and the bees
you should have played that episode.
From Theo. But yeah, definitely Cosby Show was is a classic.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy because you know, old shows like that 30, 40 years ago still make you laugh. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And kids will watch it and trip out on that shit
They
too.
still it still holds up a little bit, you know, because it's situations that you still can get into,
Yeah,
like
yeah, because like you said, it's family shit that you will
yeah,
go through. You
yeah,
know, the boyfriends, the girlfriends, the drugs, the
yeah,
music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's tripped out. Yeah, Theo, I like. Rest in peace, Theo Huxtable,
yeah.
man. Taught me a
R.I.P.
lot, bro. You made me to the man I am today.
Part, I mean, maybe a little bit, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
nostalgia. No, yeah, for real. And of course, Bill Cosby. You know, that's one thing. You know, Bill Cosby and went to jail for that shit, and then you know, like Bob Barker, they were accusing him of the same shit, and I was like, dude, these two guys were like the men in their era. Like Cosby didn't have to drug no girls or rape
yeah,
no girls, and Bob Barker, all them girls would have done anything to be a Showtime showcase.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Not saying everything. I mean, they probably were doing drugs and crazy stuff, but you know they. I don't know. You got predators out there, but those two guys and other guys like that. I mean, at that time they were, you know, what I mean, Price is Right was popping, you
Yeah,
know, and everybody. I'm sure all the girls wanted to be Showtime showgirls. So
yeah.
what they gonna do? You know what I mean? So but yeah, it's tripped out, man. I guess as you get older, people that well, Theo, different story, but people you looked up to that were older than you just start dying. You know, same thing with family. You know, aunts, uncles, grandparents.
Yeah,
You know, as you get older, they get older too.
I
You
know,
know what I mean?
shit. And that's why I
So
told you about the Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore 2 came out last week. And I watched it because I liked the original one. But they kept referencing, like, I think 1994, 1996. And I started, like, when did the first one come out? It was like 1994, I think. 93,
damn,
94. I was like, fuck. And then I thought, damn, I graduated high school in 96. Like, fuck, it's coming on 30 years.
damn.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
shit.
that's yeah. Time flies. I was thinking about that on the way here, and I was like, I don't see myself as that same when I was young. That 43-year-old look. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, damn, like you just go through life and you do what needs to be done, whatever your wife, your kids, whatever situation arises. But I don't think you ever really realize, like, damn, I'm a full fledged dad, husband, doing. You know what I mean?
Your unk status.
Unk status, grandpa. But you just
Way
because
past unk.
you just transition. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So you know you don't. I don't know. In my head, I don't feel like I'm old. You know what I mean?
That's what I always say. I don't feel, cause I'll be what? I'll be 47 this year. I was like, I don't feel 47.
47?
Yeah, I think.
No, you're not 47.
Yeah, cause I was born in 78, so 3 more years is 88 is 2008, 28.
So I'm 43. Yeah, I guess you're
Yeah,
4 years older.
yeah.
Damn.
I don't feel that old,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, because you just life goes by and you just transition, and
hmm,
next thing you know, you're fucking doing dad things and shit.
yeah,
You know, it's funny. Real quick, I look over here. As I look over here, I see this young buff lion
yeah.
over here, Chris. I texted him the other day and I asked him if he knew what's up with the up dog.
Oh,
And he texted me like 3 days later, like, "Hey, sorry for the late response, but I'm not falling for that one." And I don't know if he remembered or
he
not, but
probably. I think he was young.
he told
Yeah,
me that
he was
joke.
that age.
I
Yeah.
remember you like, "Hey, Chris got a joke for you." Like, "Hey, Uncle Steven, you know Up Dog? What you know Up Dog?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I already knew the joke, and I'm like, "What's up, dog? Nothing. What's up with you?" So he texts me. He's like, "I'm not falling for that one." I didn't remember. I said, "I know you remember, man. You're the one that told me that joke."
I know I text you on this, and I forgot. Oh, because we were to buy sodas from Kroger. They had it on sale. So when they have them on sale, we buy them for the store, right? The
Yeah,
12 packs. It's like buy two, get three free type
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But it was only a 10 minimum, maximum of 10 or whatever. So I went with Bea and fucking load up the cart because I'm going to use my phone number, Cynthia's phone number, and I think our old house phone number that we fucking registered way back in the day. And I needed one or two more to complete what we were doing. So fuck me, Bea go with two big ass grocery carts full of 12 packs. So I used mine first, and the old number from the house,
Nine
and it
four eight
goes
nine
to
six six nine.
48 942 4820. No,
Nine.
not our home when me and Cynthia moved here.
Oh oh
Yeah.
oh 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 oh.
So we use that one first, and then I use my cell phone number, and then the lady comes to us, she's like, "You can only get 10." I said, "I know, but we have different accounts." Well, who are you with? And I said, "Me and her." I said, Cynthia wasn't with us. And my wife's still shopping. She'll be here in a second. He's like, "Because y'all can't really do this,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get in trouble." And she's like, "Just," I said, "Okay, I'll just use two accounts." But I was like, "Fuck it, we're here. I'm just gonna go with it."
Yeah.
Then I used Cynthia's cell phone number, and I needed one more, and no other phone numbers worked. No, I used Christopher's number, so I needed one more. And they said, "You know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use fucking Mike Jones."
Oh yeah, you did tell me about
So I typed in, and I heard another podcast say, if you use Mike Jones' phone numbers, you get all the rewards because everybody types in Mike Jones.
that.
So if you remember, it's 281-330-8004,
Zero
right?
four.
And Bea was like, um, "How do you know Mike Jones' phone number?" I said, "Everybody knows Mike Jones' phone number." She said, "Who's Mike Jones?" I said, "Exactly who?" So then we took a picture and sent it to our family chat, whatever. And I said something about Mike Jones, and I think Chris said, "Who?"
But not on purpose.
No, not on purpose. No, he said, "Who's Mike Jones?" And I said, "Who?" And he's like, "Who's Mike Jones?" I said, "Who?" They didn't get it.
Yeah, yeah.
So on the way to the store, I put on Mike Jones for Bea, and she was laughing because she's like, I said, "Wait, just listen." And he's 281-8, what, 281, yeah.
8004.
And she's like, he just put his phone number out there like that. I said,
He
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And it's still the same number, I
So if you
guess.
need rewards at any store, use Mike Jones' phone number.
Yeah.
And if
See.
you know his phone number, you go way back with us.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the
What's
comment. Put
Mike
some more
Jones' phone number?
comments.
Yeah,
I think we lost a little traction. We were busy, but we're back, man.
yeah,
Baseball season's over. Work's about to slow down. Hopefully, and we'll be back, man.
yeah, yeah.
It was good to get back. Went to sleep a little early last night. Mara's like, she's like, "You want to watch something around 10?" I was like, "Well, it depends if I'm sleepy or not." She's like, "It's Saturday." I think I've said this before. I'm like, "I don't give a fuck if it's Saturday or Tuesday. If I'm
Yeah,
tired, I'm tired. You know what
yeah,
I mean? My
yeah,
body don't fucking know." Uh, but yeah, everything slowed down. Get back to it, man. I've had some people ask me about it as well.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's good. I like coming here. I like getting shit off your chest. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Get out the house. So glad we're back, man. It's been what, like a month, maybe more.
3 weeks.
Three
Yeah, I'm
weeks.
recording 3 weeks. Yeah.
Shit, 4 weeks. Because I
Has it been
missed
four?
three for baseball, three in a row, and
So
then
it's been a
last week I
month.
didn't feel good.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so Myers been on my ass about getting to the doctor, check my eyes. My eyes been kind of fucked up. So well, give me 2 weeks, summer will be over.
Yeah,
I'll get to the doctor. You know what I mean? She's like, I'd be in the emergency room right now.
yeah.
I can't. I mean, even my text, man, I can't see that shit.
Uh-huh.
I'll be at work working, and I'm putting the wires. I screw the screw down, and I look, and the fucking wires weren't even under the. It's frustrating.
Oh fuck.
I feel like
At least go get some readers or something.
well, the guy at work had some readers, made it worse.
Oh,
So all day long, it just feels like I'm barely waking up, and my eyes are
yeah,
trying to focus, but they never freaking focus. But I can see far, like I can reach it across the room. So hopefully it is a glasses thing. But at 43, you can start needing glasses.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
can.
I hope so.
You need
You know,
bifocals like
those
me.
that don't know, I'm on that team diabetic, so hopefully it ain't nothing like that. I've been last couple of weeks trying to slow down on the coke. I didn't drink coke for a while, but the other night, man, I woke up 2, 3 in the morning and fucking cold ass Big Red.
Get
Looked
the zero
real good.
sugar.
Man, I can't drink that shit,
I
man.
got used to it.
I'd rather just drink water. I've been drinking a lot of water. Anyways, I'm out in the heat
I tried
anyways.
that RC zero sugar. It's just good.
Really? I
Mhm.
just don't like maybe I'll try it. I'm used to the like
I just
coke
got
thing.
used to it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the same thing with Big Red. I mean, Red Bull. I've been drinking the sugar-free one for a long time, and
Hmm.
it took a minute for me to get used to it. So I'll try it. Sonic sells. I love the ocean water and the cherry limeade,
Hmm.
and they sell sugar-free packets at Walmart. And they're pretty fucking good. So I've been
It's
drinking
funny
those.
because I would go all week like zero sugar, have my meals, you know, and work out or whatever. And then I forgot what Cynthia told me. She's like, "What do you eat zero sugar for when you eat pan dulce on Sunday?" I'm like, "But it's all
You
balanced.
gotta
It's all
balance it
balanced.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Myra was on my ass yesterday. We went shopping for the baby, and I'm like, yeah, I need a, she's ordering the groceries. I'm like, I need this, and everything whatever, avocado toast. I think I told her, and
yeah,
BLTs. Maybe not completely healthy because I put mayonnaise on it,
but
but
better.
better,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. And then as we're checking out, we're talking about I get a big old bag of fucking sour gummy worms and shit. She's like, really, really? I'm like, yeah,
just get the zero
balance it out.
sugar.
I'm gonna
Zero
eat them with
sugar.
some water. One day I told Uncle Lawrence
You
that
can't just go cold turkey.
I forgot what we were talking about. And he goes, yeah, you be watching that diabetic. I said, well, diabetes. I said, well, I'm drinking number water now. And he goes, yeah, that'll flush it out. That'll even it out. Like, yeah, you dumb motherfucker, that ain't gonna work.
You
So
can't go cold turkey
yeah,
unless some That's what usually happens. Something happens,
yeah,
and the doctor's like, "All right, motherfucker,
yeah.
you wanna be healthy or not? It's up to you."
Yep.
You know,
So, like we talked about in the beginning before we get ready to go. But back to school, man. What y'all back to school? Oh, you talked about what you was wearing and what you was into in high school and you was working and shit. With me, man, I remember, I was into the polo shirts. Like you said, we don't know what the other kids had. We didn't have a lot of money. Mom would go behind dad's back and spend a lot of fucking money. And remember, we'd go to Bell's
yeah.
and we'd stuff everything in one bag or leave it in the car till later. You
I think
remember
that was
that?
after I left.
No, you was part. You was. I remember
Yeah,
going there
I remember
towards the
mom.
end.
I
Towards the
remember
end.
mom putting stuff in like dealers boxes,
Yeah.
but it wasn't from
So I remember
dealers.
going to Bells and but when I wanted the shit, I would. I mean, I didn't work. I mean, two bros, two perspective. But I remember going to the mall, Redbird Mall, with mom and stealing shit. I'd let her buy whatever she
Yeah.
was gonna buy me, and I'd get in the car and fucking pull polo shirts out of my pants, and
Mhm.
she'd be like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then it was what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now the heli wasn't out yet, but I mean that's how I got shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was like, they ain't gonna buy the stuff, and I wasn't trying to work at that age. But I was into the gas
Yeah.
pants, jabos,
Uh-huh.
polo shirts. But I used to wear a lot of shirts with the hoodie, with the
Okay.
hood,
Yeah.
because I was juice. Juice kind of got that
Juice. Yeah.
kind of popular. So that's what I was into, and then just big baggy, saggy fucking pants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always starch my shit up. Stay flow, starched up. So but back to school, man. Those are good days, man. $2 for lunch. That's all you worried about.
$2 for
Save your
lunch.
lunch money,
Yeah.
buy a fat sack at the end of the week. You know what I mean? Don't eat nothing all week. But
Yeah.
now, I mean, yeah, back to school, man. So Stevie, he wants some True Religion, some Polo, Nike. Like I say, it's basic shit. Not like he wants a lot.
Yeah.
I asked him shoes. He's like, man, Dad, my shoes still look brand new from last year. So I'm like, cool, you
Yeah.
with it? I'm with it.
Yeah.
But he's got like 5, 6 pairs. He's got some slides, so he swaps it up. But back to school, what do y'all not look forward to back to school? I don't like the school supplies shit. Because it's all sold out. You know what I
10
mean?
folders and
Yeah,
10
fucking
notebooks, and then at
a
the end of the
tissue for
yeah.
every
Yeah.
class, and what does school not provide shit no more because we're buying markers for the board.
Yeah, I don't know. We try to get everything, but at the same time, it's like, why do I need five reams of copy paper and type shit? You know what I
I'll
mean?
get one folder, one notebook for each class.
Yeah.
Be done with it.
Yeah.
Mechanical pencils. No,
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Mechanical pencil.
But yeah, back to school, man. The good old days. Stevie's last, had a little rough year, freshman year. He's looking to turn things around. He's focused, more focused than I ever seen him.
Yeah.
He's ready to go in there and just sports and school. To be a student athlete, I'm sure with Chris, takes a lot.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, with Bea too. I mean,
They practice a lot, play a lot, and have to pass.
Chris played football and then weightlifting on the off season. Bea is doing volleyball, and the same time she has cheer, and then once volleyball's done, it's soccer.
Yeah.
And maybe softball. So she's busy, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think once school starts, I'm about to drop her off at 6 for volleyball practice, and then I think soccer and cheer at the end of the day. So,
and on top of that, keep your fucking grades up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like with Stevie, the baseball team, it might change this year. As freshmen, they did the after school, but they would get there early to lift weights, then go to classes, then go to practice, and they played like 3 times a fucking week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Late nights. They play tournaments during the day during school, so you got to keep those grades up to be able to be allowed to miss
Yeah.
those classes. You know what I mean? Late
Yeah.
nights. So shout out to all the student athletes
For
out there,
sure.
man,
Yeah.
because I didn't realize it, and I told Stevie, I said, man, respect to any of the kids that made it from tryouts to the last game of the
Yeah.
fucking season. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Because, like I said, late nights. Usually
Yeah.
when they play double headers, so they're gone all day. But real quick, one thing I want to shout out Myra, man. She's going back, but she's been working from home since the pandemic. And she's been telling me for like the last 6, 8 months, man, I want to go back to fucking work.
Yeah.
I need a life.
For sure.
I'm tired. My life is, we got a pretty decent sized walk-in closet in our room, so she turned that into her office. Um, and it's pretty good size. She got her desk, 3 monitors, and you know what I'm saying. And I got to reach over her to get something if I need something. But yeah, she's going back to work starting tomorrow, man. And
Nice. Same place, just on
no,
site.
same field. She does medical billing right now for Texas Oncology. I believe that's what she's working for. She's been there like 8, 9 years, and like I said, she's like, I want to get a coffee. I want to be around people. You know what I mean? I'm stuck in the office, and fucking kids are here. That's
Yeah.
all I see.
Yeah.
So I get it. That makes emotions because I like her being at home. It's convenient. You know what I mean? And she was kind of worried to tell me. She was like, I got good news and I got bad news, and I was like, what the fuck? What the hell? And then she was like, look, I'm leaving my job. And she was wanting to tell me, but every day I'm like, fuck, this fucking job stressing me out. Fuck this shit. There's days I'm like, fuck, I'm fixing to quit. It's just stressful, just venting. And she's like, I don't know if I should tell him today,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, so she starts tomorrow. Happy for her, man, and like I told her, she thought I was going to be upset. I was like, look, we want to work what makes us happy. We want to be happy with work. Nobody wants to work, but at least you can do is enjoy your job. I said, I get it. I liked her at home because it was so much easier if we needed somebody at home for this or that, or Stevie being at school, 10 minutes away, she could take
Yeah.
him, pick him up, whatever. But when it boils down to it, it's her decision.
Yeah.
You know what I
I can see
mean?
that.
Making more money too, so
Nothing wrong
that
with that.
softened the blow a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just enjoyed her being home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so shout out to Maj. She starts that new job
Good
tomorrow.
luck. Good luck with that.
She's nervous. It's been
I'm
5 years.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been 5 years.
How is she gonna? Does she think she's gonna jump in and adapt?
She don't know. She don't even know what to wear.
Because she's been.
That's what she's nervous about.
Yeah.
But while she was looking for hybrid. So it's a hybrid.
Okay.
So Mondays and Fridays she'll be at home, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That's something me and Cynthia talked about a little bit because she's always worked for herself, right? And I've always worked at a company or a big place or with employees and all that. And that's something we talked about. I think she said, you're lucky because you get to talk to people all day,
Yeah.
whether it's work related or whatever, but you're around people.
Yeah.
She said, I'm in this little bubble either at the store with the customers or in my shop with my clients.
Yeah.
And that's all I don't have coworkers.
Yeah, the vent, talk to and like I tell them at work, man, we spend more time with each other than we do our families.
So that was it was a subject that came up not too long ago with me and her. It's true, but that's what she knows, right?
Yeah.
So she's never really had a 9 to 5 where she clocks in and something like that. It's always
entrepreneur life.
Yeah.
And I get it. And I think I was being a little selfish because I kept telling her, no, you can't go back to work. You have to at least let Stevie be out of school. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just so much stuff that during the day, she's able to take her lunch and take him to the doctor, just little shit. You know what I'm saying? I was being selfish on my end. I wasn't thinking about it. Make sure you listen to the end of this podcast, Myra, so you can hear all the nice stuff I'm saying. And I just, it was a discussion. She thought I was going to be upset, and she wasn't keeping it from me, but she was just like, damn, every day you're frustrated.
This was at the right time.
Yeah, exactly, the timing. So, of course, she's like, I put in my 2 weeks, and I'm like, okay, good. So this was Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. So Friday, I was like, so when how much longer you have? She goes, oh, I'll start Monday. I'm like, what the hell? Damn, I know you came from the whole 2 week notice. I didn't know about it. But she was worried because that day she's like, She never asked because I worked. I mean, the other night I think I sent you some videos from like 6 in the morning to like 1 in the morning almost, and my hours are unpredictable.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? And so she did. You know, one thing I never liked was guys at work and their wives are calling them all day or texting them all day.
yeah.
You know, so now I understand that, hey, how's it going type. You know, but you're at work. It
Hmm.
ain't time to discuss fucking groceries and bills and shit.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've told her, I don't, you know, unless it's an emergency or you just want to say, hey, babe, thank you. You know, something quick, but not where I'm going to be on my phone. So she doesn't bug me like, hey, what time you coming home? Because she knows, you know, normally I'll take her on my way home. So she'll have an idea when to cook dinner. And, but I don't even remember what I was getting with that. But I just enjoy her being home. I was being selfish and I'm happy for her, man. You know
That's
what I
good.
mean?
Yeah.
Have a life. Meet some coworkers because we're different. Which one's the extrovert? That's the one that don't like.
Yeah, the extrovert's the one that's out there, friendly and
Okay,
meeting
well that's
people.
me,
Yeah.
and she's an introvert.
Uh huh.
You know, she's quiet.
Kind of like us
You
too.
know, like if we were around here, of course you'd get to chopping it up
Yeah, yeah.
with Cynthia or with Leslie. You know, some of the cousins, but like at the baseball games, they probably think she's rude.
That's what I mean. That
Yeah,
because I know her how she is,
yeah,
and she's not rude. It's just how she is. Because Cynthia's the same way.
yeah,
But to jump into work life again, like because
yeah,
they're gonna be asking her,
yeah,
where do you come from? Do you have family?
yeah,
How long you been married? How many kids? And it
yeah.
could be overwhelming if you're
Yeah.
not used to
But
that.
I think at the same time it'd be exciting for her too, just to talk to some. I mean, because all
Yeah,
she knows is us.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And I'm like, who the fuck else you need to know? You gonna fucking gonna be this hot guy, the copy guy. Now you're gonna be excited to go to work every day.
Jim told me this story today.
Who the fuck is Jim? You know what I mean? So, but no, I'm happy for it, man. Like I said, I was just being selfish on my end of how it benefits me, but mental health too. You know what I mean? Just
Get the fuck out
you
the
know,
house.
because yeah, it's big enough for her to have a little office, but it's still,
Enclosed.
yeah, yeah. So,
Like
you know,
Cynthia said, in a bubble. She was in a
yeah,
bubble at the house.
you know, and like I said, we spend more time with our coworkers than we do our
Sometimes,
families.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And well, you're a little different. Your family is kind of incorporated in your job, but in your insight, I guess more at work than
Yeah,
you are at home.
yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? And having coworkers bounce stuff off live, talk to. I mean, I'm sure she needs somebody to talk to about me sometimes. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I'm happy for her. And she's nervous though.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So shout out to Maya. New job. Like we're 43, 44 years old. We don't start new jobs right now. You know what I mean? But and I think she's doing something different. Still medical field, and she's like, I'm just tired of this.
Yeah.
It's not piquing my interest no more, and now that she's not with that job, fuck that job. They fucking she's gotten like a and this is their policy, everybody like a 30 cent raise, 20 like this
Yeah.
last time she's like, I pretty much told him keep that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I mean, there's no growth in what she's
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
And so now she's starting some new money. I forgot what exactly. It's something to do. She dealt with them with her job now. So it's like the other side of the phone,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's something to do with trials, clinical trials or something. But she's excited, and that's what matters. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, my job is stressful as fuck, and I hate it. Like right now, I hate it, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
When the storm calms down, I love what I do. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just so happy for her. Like I said, it's gonna be an adjustment for Stevie not having mom there to.
Well, I mean, everybody's gonna have to roll with it.
No, I'm just talking about like, hey, I'm hungry and cook them up some
Yeah.
eggs and shit real quick. But it's only a week left in summer, so as he goes back to school, we just gotta make our adjustments for her.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I
it.
mean? So shout out to Maya, shout out to other working women out there that help their husbands. Shout out to women that know it takes two these days,
Yeah.
and don't just want to be at home. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So and Stevie's gonna be gone pretty soon. So how's it say on Baby Boy, Mama need a life too. You know what I mean? So I'm like, but I'm your life. What else you need? You know what I mean? So
I guess it's just outside
but
stuff.
but I think she was real surprised because my responses, I think, were calm, and then she would like get upset. I'm like, hold on, you're thinking
Yeah.
you're assuming the reaction I was gonna have, but I'm not
Yeah.
having that reaction. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it ended up turning into a good conversation. You
That's
know what
good.
I mean? Of
Yeah.
her actually letting her know what I just said out there. That what, I'm not upset. It's a transition. I wish you would have told me sooner, so we could adjust. She goes, well, there's no adjustment period. I'm going straight to work, so I'm not gonna miss. So
Either way, that's what
Yeah,
would happen.
I get why she didn't tell me, because it would never was. Oh, and then while she's telling me, and I'm calm, and my neighbor comes and knocks on the door and says, "Hey, your fucking front yard's flooded. I got busted pipe." So
Bang.
yeah, I know. So life keeps coming at you. Life
Yeah.
keeps coming at you.
I
But
know
that's
I
a whole
gotta.
nother
There's something's
episode.
going on under the house too. I gotta get under there. Probably this afternoon. There's this weird smell. I'm like, fuck. And then there might be skunks under there, so I don't know if I'm gonna run into those motherfuckers down there.
But check this out. What's crazy is we've been at that house for 3 years, and every year, almost to the date, because we looked it up from last year, that pipe has busted in the same exact fucking spot. The hole's still there. So when it sprays out, it's just a big old hole because the dirt
Is the
hasn't
sprinkler
settled.
system or what?
No, it's the main pipe coming to the
Oh.
house.
Mhm.
We looked it up. So this happened on July 31st. Last year it happened on July 28th.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I dug it up, tried to fix it. I couldn't, man. I mean, I could see it's coming out of the coupling. So I fucking bought some plumber's glue, plumber's tape, taped it up, scotch tape, duct tape,
Yeah.
everything. And fuck yeah. Turn it on and
Yeah.
coming out of different places. So waiting on the plumber to come under because it looks like I think I can fix it, but I don't want to fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's the main water line. Because it's PVC, and there's some shit in fire alarm that's PVC. You cut it, glue it, put it all back
Yeah.
together. But it's too important for
Yeah.
me to
Yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah.
So gotta wait for the plumber. Hopefully Monday he'll get by there. But I've been having to turn it on. Hey, water's on. Shit, shower,
Yeah,
wash dish,
yeah.
whatever you gotta do, because it ain't staying long
Yeah.
forever. And then of course, fucking it's getting annoying because the one neighbor that told me about it, then her husband comes and tells me about it. I'm like, neighbors just keep coming. I'm like, yes, I know. You know what I mean? Because it fucking coming out to where all the way down the curb down the block is fucking water.
Okay.
It's coming out a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, life never stops.
Nope.
You know what I mean? I'm like, motherfucker, man. So and anyways. But no, it's good to be back, man. Two bros, two perspective. We're back, man. So don't get it twisted. Everybody, we barely started getting along after the politics
I know,
episode.
we
were like, fuck you, fuck
I'm
you.
gonna cancel Steven. He's gonna cancel me. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So
No, I had nothing to do with it, man. It had nothing to do with it. But we're back, so keep listening. Subscribe, hit that like button, comment.
yeah,
Man.
just throw a fire emoji, something. Just say you watch it to the end, and just let us know.
Yeah, for sure. So other than that, man, that's all I got right now. Oh,
Yeah,
real quick, Rangers been on fire, man. Coming
Yeah.
out that All Star game, Rangers doing good. I heard rumors might affect Bea. They might get rid of Garcia.
Well, they're not hitting right now.
Yeah,
They ain't hitting shit.
well, they are. But
They have the
he
best.
ain't.
They have the best pitching staff in MLB right now. What I was afraid of is that they're gonna be dropped before this little surge they had. I was like, damn, they're gonna drop all the way down because they're not hitting. The offense sucks, and these pitchers gonna want to trade to go to a team that's gonna compete.
Yeah, because half the season now you're planning for the playoffs.
And I was like, fuck, we're gonna lose Grom, we're gonna lose Valdi, we're gonna lose so and so because they want to go. Which you can't blame them.
Yeah.
We're not competing, but who knows now? That's what happened that year. We got in and
Yeah.
fucking just start tearing it up.
Yep. So
So-
hopefully we can get in. They definitely. I think they're tied for second. Last I looked, I think it was yesterday. The day
I think
before.
they're second in the wild card too right now. Too.
So this guys just got to get in because that same year, Mavericks were the wild card. That year, Rangers won it. Both teams in the World Series were wild cards.
Yeah.
And that year, Mavericks went to the finals. They were the wild card.
Yeah.
So you just got to get in.
Just gotta get
You know,
in.
and right now you don't think about next season. If right now it makes sense to get rid of Garcia, let's make that push and we'll worry about next year.
Get more pitching and a little bit more offense and see what happens.
I don't keep up with the. Real quick story. I was watching. I was gonna send it to you yesterday. What's the old boy that was on the Braves? That badass pitcher back in the day.
Maddox.
Yes.
Mhm.
It was his catcher telling the story. And damn, who was it that came up? Might have been Jeff Bagwell. And they were winning 8-0. The Braves were, and they wanted to pitch him outside because he was tearing everything up on the inside. Maddox calls time, goes talk to the catcher and says, "Man, I'm gonna hit him inside." First pitch inside, boom, takes a yard. Catcher's pissed. He even says, "I'm pissed off." And Maddox goes, "Look, we got a good team. They got a good team. We're gonna see him in the playoffs. When we get in the playoffs, he's gonna be looking for that same fucking pitch." Well, playoffs come, bases loaded, Bagwell's up, fucking 3 changeups in a row, gets him on 3 strikes. walks up to the character and says, "See, what did I tell
I
you?"
think I saw that
You know,
video
it's pretty
too.
badass. You know what I mean? Like, let
Uh,
me give up a home run because he's think, you know what I mean?
yeah.
8-0, it ain't gonna hurt nothing, but I'm gonna get his ass.
What's that saying? You're playing checkers while I'm playing chess.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but not all pitchers are great like that.
No.
You know what I mean? That realize that
That's
type.
that's easy. He was a generational
Yeah.
type player.
So that was pretty badass. Jerry Jones. I'm not real into football or Cowboys. I love teasing Cowboy fans. But here he's fucking up with Michael Parsons, talking about leaving. He putting some shit out there.
Yeah.
It's crazy what he's putting out there.
Yeah, I
And he
saw
wants to go
somebody.
to Pittsburgh, and I stay with the Cowboys, but they ain't never gonna win shit,
Yeah.
pretty much. And so hey, Jerry's fucked shit up before.
I still, like I said, I won't jump ship, but at the same time, I'm not gonna buy no merch or nothing
Yeah,
till I see something better. I'm not definitely not spend money to go to the damn games.
yeah. I don't think they're contenders anytime soon. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, I think it was a good episode, man. Everybody, like I said, just keep listening,
Yeah,
subscribing, doing all that shit, and
we'll
other than
keep
that,
doing
that's
it.
all I got.
All right, well, y'all have a good one. Back to school to everybody. Bear goes Monday, and I think the next few weeks everybody else goes back. So good luck with that. College, work.
Everything,
So let's just
life.
it's that time of the year. So let's get at it, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Salute.